Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbaker here. I wanted to make a video about EOS being used for payments as money in Venezuela. I recently had a Twitter exchange with a gentleman named Javier Leon, and he commented on a Twitter post that I made. I tweeted about EOS being used as the currency of the Marshall Islands because in 2019 there was talk and trying to be worked out to use EOS as the currency for the Marshall Islands. Well, it turns out Bond's manifest pointed out rightly that I was wrong, and they actually went with Algorand, but there was a gentleman named Javier Leon that commented on my post saying that EOS had been used as money in Venezuela and that it was saving people from having to deal with the currency devaluations going on there, and it was protecting his wealth. And I actually asked him if he could send me a message through Twitter and tell me how EOS was helping him, and he gave me permission to read that message to you. And I think it's very eye-opening just how powerful EOS is, even though we feel like it may not be doing much price-wise, or that, it's not doing anything, but there are people right now in the world who desperately need EOS and are using it because they need it desperately. So I just want to read this message from him. Hello. A year ago, in search of a refuge from inflation that we have in my country of Venezuela, I learned about EOS through EOS Microloan, a dApp that works to give credits without interest and is in the EOS blockchain. This project was promoting the dApp and in several cities in Venezuela until they released EOS Marketplace. As the name suggests, is a dApp where a trade can be listed on the map and say that accepts EOS. It has a payment processor where the price is in dollars, but the protocol makes the conversion of EOS in short. Neither the merchant nor the buyer must calculate how many EOS to transfer to the current price of EOS. How did this help me personally? Well, I offer the service of recharge balance to prepaid phones in the country, and I decided to accept EOS in this way. I have found new customers. A way to save without losing the value of my money, but not having it in the local currency, and the freedom to accept payments from anyone who has EOS without usual limitations of public banking in Venezuela. And he lists his business. I can put that in the description below. I'll list his EOS account. And then he says, without a doubt, I am helping to show how EOS can improve the lives of Venezuelans and demonstrate that it can be a great payment option on a daily basis, considering it does not pay commission like other networks. But sadly, people only come to Bitcoin, ETH, and only to make trade. A week ago in a store that sells phones was a person to pay with Bitcoin and spent 2 hours waiting for a single confirmation. While waiting, we showed him how EOS works and was desesperado. I don't know what that means, because I passed him a few mortys and noticed that I did not pay any commission while he paid $11 to send his payment with Bitcoin. Should also note that the Bitcoin payment arrived a full day later. He also says, currently I'm thinking of promoting other dApps in EOS.io where people can make some money, for example, SenseChat, Prospectors, and Yup. Taking into account the minimum wage is less than $1 a month in Venezuela. When people see that they can earn something using the dApp, they will use and buy more EOS. And that just blew me away. Oh my goodness. minimum wage is less than $1 a month. So what I want you to think about is, yes, the EOS price has not gone up 1000x yet. But there are people who, just by simply holding EOS, say for the past year, it held around the $2 to $3 range, and in between there, against their own currencies that have been devalued into oblivion, and the US dollar is getting ready to do the same exact thing. We could wake up one day and the US dollar could be worth 65% less than it was the day before because of money printing and all this stuff going on. And what I really see is that if you were holding EOS, even if the EOS price did not go up, you preserved your purchasing power. You preserved your wealth. You were able to hedge against all the other currencies that you were having to deal with. Not only that, but you're able to, with the EOS marketplace, you're able to actually pinpoint, and you can see on the map where all these people are using EOS and accepting it as payment. And we're just seeing EOS become, in this one instance, a store of value, a currency, all of that at the same time. And meanwhile, everyone else, who's not actually doing their research wants to sit here and say EOS is a scam. I mean, something's not adding up. And I can tell you that it's their research, not ours, because we're getting reports from real people who are really using EOS as money in other countries where their currency is failing, and it's the thing that is helping them the most. So I refuse to give in to these people who keep fudding EOS, and we're going to fight them the whole way, and we're going to win because we're here to help people. We're here to change lives. We're here to make the world a better place, and EOS is the way to do that. And Venezuela is just one example. It's a phenomenal story, and I'm very glad that he was generous enough to share it and allow me to read those messages. And, there's just no better time, in my opinion, to be alive, to be involved in crypto, and to watch this all roll out. And it may be something like a Venezuela where it comes out of necessity first, and then things start to adopt more broadly. We're waiting currently for the Block 1 product to come out, but that's really a first world problem. I'm waiting on them to make an app to buy Bitcoin easier. When I can do Bitcoin already, I can buy EOS already. And, obviously it needs to be more seamless and integrated and all that fun stuff, but that's secondary for me. I don't have to worry about all of my money being just completely gone tomorrow like you would in some of these other countries that are dealing with these currency crises. And EOS is the way out. It's the way out for them. It's the way out for me. It's the way out for you. That's the thing that we can all have in common with this. And I just think that not enough people are taking these other applications into consideration of what's actually happening in EOS. So I just want to put that out there and, chew on that, because there's people who are having their lives changed with EOS, even though the price isn't necessarily moving in a parabolic way. And I think that's something to take note of and to really just appreciate, because we live in such a fortunate and blessed time and place that, we don't have to deal with some of the most basic things that other people struggle to deal with. So I just want to put that out there. Stoffel Baker out.